Really excited. Me and my friend Emma are going for a swim in the sea. Guys, it's happening!
If they don't respect your boundaries down the line, yeah, then maybe they just don't respect you. Like,
let me tell you, the bottomless brunch people, we're out today.
I'm blowing my face, I'm in witness protection.
No, but anyone who is watching this, love you queen, live your truth. I said this in my seminar the other day and everyone laughed at me,
Good morning, my beauties. Welcome to a brand new vlog. For me, it's been a while because I'm currently in a backlog of vlogs. I still need to edit the Dorset vlog and then this will be coming your way. So God knows when this is actually arriving in your vicinity, but here we are. And the reason that I thought I'd pick you up today is because I'm really excited. Me and my friend Emma are going for a swim in the sea. We're going for a swim in the sea. It's currently 8:30. It's a sunny old day. In the UK we're kind of having like fake summer at the moment, which is where like March, April time we have like a week, 2 weeks of like sunniness and warmth, and it's like okay summer, I see you, and then it shits it down for 5,000 months. So like we're just enjoying it while it's here, but I'm ready to go. I've got my swimming costume on underneath and I've gone for like my little dress that I'm wearing, which Will, my brother, calls a granny dress, and like I can really see where he's coming from, but in terms of when I'm getting in and out of the sea I feel like it's really practical because I can just whip it straight on and off. Granny chic, but it's actually really cute, really comfortable. This angle was not serving, but really comfortable. So we're gonna go for a dip in the sea, which is gonna be freezing, but I'm so ready for those endorphins, and then we're gonna sit in a coffee shop and discuss some podcasting things, which if you know me, you know is like the most exciting thing. So got a really fun morning and then I'm just gonna get on with work for the rest of the day. But yeah, catch me and Emma later when we're in the sea, probably a mixture of loving and hating life all at the same time. Can't you tell? Oh my goodness. I can't get over this.
Okay guys, you've arrived. It's happening.
it's happening.
We're like, I feel like we had just a really lovely kind of like hyperactive chat on the way down to be like, woo! Yeah, I'm so ready.
You just need to force yourself to do these.
I'm so ready. I'm gonna put her here.
Yeah.
Oh, love that bikini though.
Thanks. I look
Okay,
like
oh
I'm
my
in Marbella.
Right, it's happening.
Oh, you know all the rocks and stuff.
That was an experience, let me tell you.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. guys, we just had our little podcast chat. Bloody great.
Bloody brilliant.
Very...
I feel like we've done it. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to remember all these good points.
Literally, you know when you have a conversation, it's just cathartic.
Yeah.
This whole morning has been cathartic.
That is the perfect word.
The swim in the sea was fine. And we're literally going to do the same on Thursday and then we're going to record.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was great. I highly recommend.
What's the podcast called?
Note to Self with Emma.
Note to Self with Emma. Everyone
Can't
get
wait.
listening. Has there just been one episode so far?
Yeah, and then one coming out today or tomorrow. I
Okay.
haven't decided yet.
So by the time you're watching this,
tomorrow.
then mine will probably be out by the time you're watching this. God knows.
Like 2 months down the line.
Just be a nice little reminder. If you haven't watched it already, go and watch. But yeah, oh, that was divine. And we're at, what's this? Trading Post. Trading Post in North Lane.
There's so many of those.
Rooftop bar. Nice bar. I wish. Lol.
Honestly.
I mean, it feels like a rooftop bar. Now we're going to go back and be productive.
Attempt anyway.
I feel like my brain is just happy with, I can end the day now, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I can go to bed now.
We've done
I
all
can
we
die
need
a happy
to
woman.
do. Yeah.
Good morning, guys. It's another swim in the sea day, and it's also podcast recording day.
Guys, it's happening! It's happening in Emma's like gorgeous fucking room.
Little haven.
Oh my god, it's stunning. I said it's so nice that you've got a skylight and a window.
Yeah, you normally get one of the other.
You do. Stunning.
I feel like I prefer the skylight.
I feel really zen right now.
Oh,
This is
I love
such
that.
a zen little space.
That's what I want people to feel like when they come home.
I feel so zen. And look at this. I love that.
She's
There I am.
Crazy podcast.
And get ready to tick that off.
I know it's a long ass list. I'm looking at that like, oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, 150.
it's happening. I'm gonna pop you here and then.
1, 2, 1, 2.
I'm a party people.
If they don't respect your boundaries down the line,
Yeah.
then maybe they just don't respect you. Like,
Oh, she said.
oh shit!
If you're on 0%, you're no good to anyone else. Oh god, I feel emotional.
I love that. Oh no, I'm
this is
so
special.
I'm like excited. Is boundaries. Boundaries.
Everyone kind of knows what boundaries are, but I don't think they get discussed enough because
And
I think
practiced.
because it's a really difficult thing to navigate because I feel like you have to kind of it's something that requires you knowing yourself in order to set out your own boundaries. Finally, you know, as I've grown up, it makes me realise that, like, bless them.
They never deserved to
They
be
were
pushed off,
always
yeah.
going to be because I've created this, and it's almost like I've created an expectation of a person that they aren't, and it's not fair on someone to project your own kind of like, you know, your own ultimate goals and values, which you'll never be able to get onto someone else. Like, it's not fair to do that, and it's in recognising that and in being okay with the fact that someone, including yourself, is not going to be perfect,
And they won't ever live up
and actually enjoy that. Guys, we've just finished. I feel like I don't even know what I feel like.
Like a new
I
woman.
honestly feel like I've just come out of a therapy session. Like,
It honestly is therapy. Who needs to pay for therapy? when you
my
have
brain
money?
is almost like a bit dead because I've just like
Yeah, it's a bit exhausting sometimes.
like it's cathartic. Like everything is expelled out of me, but it was really, really fun.
You almost like go out of it with no words left because you've said them all.
Yeah.
But so many. Because now I've got so much on my brain that you
Ticking
said that I never
over.
even thought about, and I was like, that's such a good point.
Taking over. But yeah, it was really special. Like I think I said about 5,000 times. Like, oh my god, I just felt so blessed
Honestly,
to be
it
on
is.
like a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
this is my absolute dream. Like, this is honestly
But
my
it honestly makes me
absolute
so
dream.
happy.
And like this year it happened, and I, you know,
So
I
happy for
manifested it. I put it on the vision board,
Where it
and,
belongs.
and now we're here. Honestly.
Look at us now, hey?
Can I tick off this?
Yeah, oh my god, do it. When you run out of stuff like me,
God, it's
so much else to do.
Such a fucking beautiful day. I know I've got so much to do.
So much.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna go on the roof.
Yeah, let's go on the roof.
I think so. Is it quite difficult to get out?
No. It's like this big window.
excited.
So it's quite funny trying to get out, if anything. Let me get my phone.
We have had a beach day. I feel like that was zoomed in as well.
Was it? Oh, brilliant.
Do you want me Morning honeys, how are we doing? It's been a while since I picked up the camera because, if I'm being honest, nothing's really of note has been happening and I want to keep it fun and interesting for you guys. But I also want to kind of be consistent. So it's a difficult one, it's a difficult conundrum to solve, but it's Saturday today. I'm happy April, by the way, which is really exciting because I feel like once we get into April, all the months we have to come are just good, fun months. May, June, July. Name a better trio while wait, do you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, it's getting good. I mean, it's kind of like getting good and it's also getting the most intense as, you know, third year life can be. But, what's his name? Dan Carter. I listened to a podcast with him on, it's was a professional New Zealand rugby player. He was like, if I'm not kind of like on the brink of like fear or kind of like worry when I'm doing something, then I know that I'm like not close to success or not close to, that's really poorly explained. But basically, if you're on the brink of something that's quite intense, quite overwhelming, and yeah, then it kind of means that you're getting close to something rather exciting, and I know that I certainly am. So yeah, that's a little ramble that no one asked for, but it's there anyway. But yeah, it's Saturday today. I've got work all day. Which is fine, to be fair. It's quite a nice shift, just 10:30 till 6 at Red Roaster. If you don't know where Red Roaster is, then you should. It's in Brighton. It does bottomless brunch, so I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot of bottomless brunch babes today. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm working there today, and then I've got a party later, which is kind of why I picked up the camera, so I can show you my outfit and maybe some clips, and it can be fun. And then I'm going home either tomorrow or Monday, so we can have a little road trip together, hopefully if Hugo makes it. And then we get to be with Fennels and the whole Cook clan, so yeah. I just hope everyone is doing really well. It's actually a very nice morning, but it's been fucking freezing the past few days. We've gone from, as expected, literally last time I was talking to you, we were getting in the sea. Yeah, and now I think if I got in the sea I'd probably die. So it's really been, the weather is done, you know, what it usually does, and we're now back to like freezing cold temperatures, but at least the sun is out. So yeah, I'm just going to tidy up my bedroom because it's an absolute state and get ready for the day. Also, have we listened to Harry Styles' new song? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I can't find the words right now, but I'm sure I will later. And you already know when we have our road trip, either tomorrow or Monday, that it's going to be a Harry Styles party. And yeah, so get ready for that. If you haven't listened to it, you know, shame on you. Anyway, I'm going to leave now because I think I'm saying things that are getting more and more strange. This shit, don't know if you can see that, iconic.
So tired at the moment. Oh my god. Please, general public, be nice to me today. I'm a very fragile woman.
Hi guys, I've just finished work. Let me tell you, the bottomless brunch people. Yeah, I'm not going to finish that sentence. We're out today. They were out and about. But I feel like I feel so much better now. We've got a little pint and a little Greg. And oh my god, it feels so good. The drink after like you work, like finish work, is actually something else.
How much did you pay for the pint?
Yeah, £6.10 this was. Do you reckon it's because we're in like Duke's Lane? And it's kind of like quite a nice bit. We're in Duke's Lane. Yeah, I think it's because like the reason it feels kind of like European is because of that building. But you know what I mean? Because it's got like the windows and like, yeah, it's really cute, really cute. And yeah, same. And yeah, we're enjoying ourselves.
Hey Hans. Just got back from the pub. I'm just getting ready to go out, and there's only one thing for it, if you know what I mean. If you haven't listened to that song, yeah, if you haven't listened, let's fucking do it. Right, this is a very late update, but this is the fit. Courtesy of Chloe with the top, Vanilla with the trousers. She bought these for me. We're about to go out. Preempt this part of the vlog because it's chaotic. There's chaotic content on the way, and I think it's only fair that I warn you. It's very fun, but at points I get very irate, and there is a point where I start as if I'm preaching to some sort of choir, as it were, in the toilet with Freya. But, you know, I hope that we can just all understand that we're all friends here, and, you know, it's great, but I just thought I'd let you know because it gets pretty crazy.
Is that recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
You sure? Hi vlog! We're Rosie's friends.
Yeah, so Ella and Freya, right, not being funny, but we are on a mission.
We're on a
get
mission.
Rosie to at least
100k.
100k.
I say 100k.
I say
Rosie,
100k.
honestly, subscribers, the most beautiful. Oh, here's Dilbot.
It's still born. She's not ready to be YouTube famous. It's fine. We are.
Honestly, we're uni students, and Rosie is like the perfect little role model, man.
Rosie is a queen. Right.
Harry Styles the best.
Is that?
Harry Styles is the best.
Okay.
She loves Harry Styles.
Figure out
I
what
just love Rosie. She's
Like the
best,
film.
She's the best YouTuber ever. Are we recording? Are we
Yeah,
recording?
we are. I pressed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've pressed. Oh my god, yes.
Okay, wait, shall I let me get
Yeah.
go on, guys? Okay, go on.
Hi guys.
Subscribe and like to Rosie.
Like and subscribe.
We're trying to get her to 100k.
100k.
We're really trying to.
100k and I'll do a giveaway.
Yes.
Giveaway being myself.
100k and I'll do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100k and we'll give away Ella.
Yes. I'll give away myself. I'll give away me. Okay, guys.
We'll give away Ella.
Like and subscribe. Rosie cooks. Like and subscribe, everyone.
Wait, I feel like everyone should give their outfits. Like I just feel like that. Shut
Okay.
up.
My turn. Oh my
Okay,
god,
go.
I'm on the vlog. Right, okay. So this is urban,
Queen.
but even though it's fast fashion, I've already worn it like 3 times.
It's
and I
also,
got
just
it-
a little side note, like if Slytherin was hot. What am I saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah. If
Or
Slytherin was hot,
Even though she's wearing a
a lanyard.
Even
She's
though-
wearing a fucking lanyard.
I've done Harry Potter quizzes and I'm Bellatrix in all of the
And
characters.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Hufflepuffs.
Yeah, love it.
So urban, but I've worn it 3 times. I'm gonna wear. And then,
yeah.
Okay, this is also H.
But it's a, no, but it's a sustainable
We do
brand.
not promote fast fashion on this channel. It's fine.
Wait, I've got something. It's coming out of my bin. but
Okay,
I've got
God,
Yeah,
I don't know
But
what's
I've
going
always
on.
wear it again.
20% recycled.
Yeah,
cotton.
that was on here.
Yeah, so there we are.
Have you worn?
What about the Converse?
Oh, Converse. Had them since like I've had them like a year.
Yeah, nice.
I wear them clubbing, wear them like nice.
Yeah.
Really good. I've had like so much use
Do
out
you
of
want to
them.
like what's the Insta for you?
Oh, Ella Starling double G. Follow it. Fashion Comms Brian. Mwah.
Follow my fashion account, Ella Starling Fashion Comms.
Urban, but Katie's, not mine.
Yeah. We love it.
M&S,
I know you can't buy the
Love
figure
it.
online. I've tried.
M&S, and Jordans.
Oh, we got the Jordan.
And
Yeah, but you've worn them so much.
I've worn them so many
There
times.
we are. Yes, still.
Yeah.
Dilbot,
Shout out to the
Dilbot.
fit.
My drink. Which one's my drink?
Dilbot.
Shoes, £5 off Depop.
Wow, that's
£5.
sustainable
Yeah,
queen.
sustainable queen.
Trousers, £10 charity shop.
Wow!
Why is Dilbot
He's making us
ruining
look.
us?
He's making us look shit.
So bad.
T-shirt, £10 from Bershka.
I mean, he's done that
Edit
well.
all of this out and just
I'm
put
not-
Dilbots in, mate.
I'm so
I'm so sad.
Dilbot's the sustainable one.
Sustainable queen. You're shit.
Yeah,
You're
you are
shit.
shit.
I'm shit. And thank you very
So
much.
just so you know, like we are actually at a party right now, but like,
But we took the time to come and do our outfits
We
of
went
the day.
away from the party
Yeah.
to tell you all about it.
And blow my face, I'm in witness protection.
No.
Right, illustrations follow. Food was it?
Frenzies.
Food frenzies follow, but
Real food
especially follow Dillustration. He's very talented.
Talented queen.
Otherwise,
Otherwise than us, we are not talented. The party.
no, we're going to the party. We'll see you in 2. But it's just a thing. What? Is that really necessary to open the window?
Is it really necessary to keep the fucking toilet seat up? Yes, I'm talking to all you boys. All you huns out there. Feel my hands.
If you
Not to any of you guys, you know my hands.
My hands.
But like all the other haters out there, fuck off.
no one likes.
But anyone who is watching this, love you queen. Live your truth. Live your truth. Because anyone who tells you not to is just upset that they're not living their truth.
Yeah.
Do things that are weird. If people say you're weird, it's because you're on the brink of success. Sorry, I said it. I said it.
Quote her.
I'm bringing you down to the vibe. Oh my god. Hello, honeys. Hello. It is the day after the hangover. And obviously didn't really film anything because I was just slobbing about all day. I got up. The big thing for me is on a hangover, the bare minimum. Like it's bad if I don't even get up and like get out of bed or have a shower, but the bare minimum for me, which I always try to do, is literally just get up, have a shower and pretend for a brief 45-minute period that I am getting ready for the day. because in some weird way that then allows me to then slob back on the sofa and just watch films for the whole day and get Deliveroo. And that is literally what I did yesterday. I got fresh and then I just slobbed on the sofa and watched Eternals, which is a Marvel film, which I really enjoyed, and Peaky Blinders. Haven't watched the season finale yet though. I was just catching up, so I might do that tonight. Anyway, let's stop the blabber, because today, on this gorgeous, stunning day in the UK, absolutely stunning vibes, I'm going home. We're going home for Easter. And I know I did a little video like this at Christmas, so it's just crazy how the time flies, really, isn't it? But I'm on my way back home just because I love my home. And why the fuck? Oh wait, it's fine. I love my home and I work really well there. And I just feel like I need like a countryside detox. I'm very lucky in that way. Countryside detox to hopefully just get all my work, you know, all my work flying through. So that is the plan. And yeah, I'm gonna just take you along with me because you know what Wiltshire means. Wiltshire means vanilla, and I'm very excited to see that queen. I'm also just really excited to not have to worry about a food shop for the next 2 weeks. Because when I say the money situation is interesting, I really do mean it, because the loan drops literally like next week, and yeah, when I say that's come at a good time, it really has. So yeah, annoying thing is it's shitting it down right now. I need to go fill up my car and pump up my tyres. But that's all right, you know, I think it's okay. We're gonna get through it. So I'm going to leave you now, and then I might, like, after I pumped up my tyres, I might like have a little chit chat, you know, see how everyone's doing. Like, I was gonna kind of do a Q&A, but like with myself, so just kind of like think of questions or think of topics to discuss. We can just have a little chin wag, because I feel like that's always nice, do you know what I mean? Anywho, I'm gonna get on the road and I'll catch you in a hot minute. Hi, honeys! We're actually very close to home now. I was listening to music, and then I put on Diary of a CEO, which, even though it feels like I talk about it a lot, I've actually had a bit of a break from it. So it was really nice to actually, yeah, listen to a bit of that again, and it was amazing. And it was the most recent one with Johnny Wilkinson. As soon as I was like, oh, I really fancy listening to a podcast, let's see what the CEO has, because I haven't like indulged in him in a while. Top of the list, Johnny Wilkinson. Get in my basket. Do you know what I mean? I've just spent the last hour and a half listening to the absolute genius that is Johnny Wilkinson, and I'm sure all of you know who Johnny Wilkinson is, and obviously his immediate reputation is England rugby player, dropkick goal, icon, legend he is at the moment, but he is actually like kind of come through that chapter of his life, and he's now a very, very kind of like, I think spiritual is the wrong word, but kind of like mindfulness thinker. The way that he thinks is so, well, necessary, but it's just really, really relevant to where we are now in the world of health, mental health and well-being. And I always find it so interesting, not only listening to people who think that way, but people who think that way who have been in the most intense sporting experience, you know, ever possible, and have that amount of pressure on you. I find it so interesting to hear about people kind of coming out the other side of it, and the kind of scars or what have you that remain from that, and how, you know, Johnny Wilkinson has kind of moved forward, and how he's done that, what new mindset he's adopted, which bloody hell is a absolutely phenomenal one. It's so, I would highly recommend anyone to listen to it. If you don't know kind of like the Johnny Wilkinson that I'm talking about, then really listen to it, because it's so important, I think, to have people who have come from that life, sporting life, of literally living and breathing that, like I said, with the most intense pressure around you, to then hear what they really have to say now on the other side of it about life and what it's taught them about life. And interestingly enough, this is why, like, I just, yeah, love good podcasts and chats like that, because Johnny Wilkinson, believe it or not, said something that related so heavily to my dissertation, to what I'd actually like affirmed my thesis for my dissertation, which is like, I'm doing my dissertation on a poet called Frank O'Hara. This is like a real ramble, by the way, so I hope this is okay, but just thought I'd share. I'm doing my dissertation on a poet called Frank O'Hara, who was a poet in the 1960s. But like, you would think that that's the furthest thing from an ex-professional rugby player, yet Johnny Wilkinson has just affirmed part of my thesis of the things that he said, and he's kind of like connected the dots of my English literature dissertation. And that's something I just find so wonderful about when you invest your mindset in, you know, other ways of kind of learning about things, learning about perspectives. Like, obviously I'm sitting in the car for 3 hours and my immediate thought is, obviously I'm not going to get any uni work done yet, without even wanting to. And I think this is almost part of what Johnny Wilkinson was saying, without trying to kind of manipulate an outcome so much. I've just sat in my car and put on a podcast, and, you know, I've reached a point for my dissertation or whatever that I might never have if I had just sat myself in the library for 5 hours reading what, you know, I thought was the right thing to do. But sometimes you can have such a gain from letting go of desired or presumed outcomes, or presumed routines of how to gain something. And, you know, I've just done that without even realising to. Johnny Wilkinson has just affirmed my English literature dissertation thesis. Like, the world is a wonderful place, and it is putting out its hands to all of us in multiple different ways. And this really was what Johnny Wilkinson was saying, how, like, oh my god, he said an amazing thing about, basically, in life you kind of go through these stages of thinking, I want to be the best that I can be. I want to be the best that I can be, I want to be the best ever. But then where Johnny is now is that he wants to be all that he can be. Being the best of something, whether it be the best of yourself, because yourself is essentially a confined identity that either you or society has put on you, and being the best ever signifies being the best ever in something, in that sport or whatever, by kind of putting yourself on that route to being the best version of the identity that you assume yourself to be, and the best of something. You confine yourself so much, and you put yourself on a path that's got walls either side, because the destination is so finite that really you cut off so many other things that you could be. And that's why Johnny Wilkinson is now thinking, like, in life he just wants to be all that he can be, because then he invites every kind of, like, you know, opportunity, every version of himself that is possible he can access, because he's not trying to be the best ever at one thing, or the best version of an identity that he's put on himself. He's in fact just being all that he can be. And I just think that's so beautiful. Don't we all just want to be all that we can be? Because I think sometimes we think we know exactly where we want to go or what we want to do, but how many times in life have you thought, God, if that never happened, that random thing that I didn't even think twice about, or if I didn't forget to go to something one day, or, you know, whatever. We have so many moments like that where you actually think about now and you're like, gosh, like, I would be somewhere completely different. And that's such a great thing to think, for both the fact that it's put you on a wonderful path that you're now on, and the fact that it just reaffirms that there are literally endless possibilities. Endless. And so why limit yourself to one path to be the best ever at something? And don't get me wrong, it is wonderful to have direction and to be passionate about something. Johnny's obviously not saying, Johnny, lol, first name basis, he's not saying that he wishes that he wasn't on that road of rugby. He said he knows that's what he was supposed to do. And like, being on a path to something is great, but it's almost understanding that that path might not be everything that you can be. So being a rugby player for Johnny Wilkinson was what he was supposed to be at the time, but it's no longer all he can be, you know? And I just think that is beautiful. And so I've had a really wonderful time listening to him. He's just so interesting to listen to because of just what he's like experienced and how he thinks now, and it feels like they're polar opposites, but when he kind of talks about his story, you realise how in conversation those two kind of components of his life are, like professional athlete and now just him. And so yeah, it was just really lovely and very interesting to hear. And it's just honestly podcasts. Wait, am I going? Yeah. I've just stopped looking at directions, but I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going. Yeah, it's just always really enlightening to listen to podcasts. Like, honestly, podcasts have probably taught me, like, I'd say a good 80% of everything that I now know, or everything I think I know. So yeah, his most recent one, Diary of a CEO, Johnny Wilkinson, absolutely phenomenal content. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for joining me on this fine day. And just the past few days, well, it's been like a couple of weeks that I've been filming this vlog. But I hope everyone is doing good. I feel like we are in the midst of kind of like deadline season. So if you are like me and you're kind of building up to the big crescendo that is final exams or essays or dissertations, then I'm right here with you, honey. But all I can say is we will get it done. And like Johnny Wilkinson was saying, don't get me wrong, I want to do really well in my degree. I'm very passionate about it. I love it, and I'm going to work really hard for it. But it doesn't define me at the end of the day, and it's not all I can be. I can be so much more than the grade I get at the end. And as long as that we know that we've worked hard, then, you know, what more can you do? That's what will define you, is working hard, not the grade on the paper, you know? Because working hard allows you to become more of who you want to be. The first doesn't, you know? So, and I say that in a very generalised way. Obviously a first is a great thing to have, but I'm just saying if you're like me and you put a lot of pressure on yourself because there's nothing, you know, there's no option other than absolute success and world domination, I'm just saying that, you know, there's so much more than we kind of think. In my, you know, in my university mindset right now, it feels as though there's nothing bigger or better than a first. But like, it's kind of, you've got to be able to come back down from that thinking, I know that there is more. There's more in my current world than getting a first. I'm going to do everything I can to get a first because I want to, because that's aligned with my values, and working hard is something that I want to do. But at the end of the day, just don't let things like that think that they define you, because it's all up and downs in this world. And I think, you know, I'm excited to get out of uni so that I can just do things, I can work hard and not kind of get told via a grade how hard I've worked or how good I am. I just kind of want to be. And I think, again, that's what kind of Johnny Wilkinson was saying. And it's so interesting, he was saying as well that like when he was playing rugby, with a preparation and kind of like, whether it be sporting or anything else, you're constantly tied to like the past and the future, thinking like what you've done, how you could have done it better, what's going to go on in the future, how can I prepare, how can I plan. And I think if anyone's read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, it's something that kind of really resonates with that book. When Johnny Wilkinson was playing rugby, none of that existed. None of past, future, anything existed. He was fully, wholeheartedly in the now. That he was like, if someone could have asked me how I was feeling in that moment, or what's the pressure like in this moment, he would have been like, I don't understand, because there's no consequence or anything that came before or after when he was in that moment. All he had when he was playing rugby, like when he was actually on the pitch, was that. And so consequences didn't exist, because a time after or pre that was futile. And I just feel like we need more of that in whatever we do. Doesn't matter if it's fucking walking to the shops. We need to start, well, not we need to start, because I know that it's difficult in this world, but I think investing in the now as much as we do in everything else will mean a wonderful, wonderful outcome, you know. For so many of us, for example, like sitting in the car going, you know, driving home, for so many of us we can just think, oh, that's a lost 3 hours, you know. But, you know, for me, it really hasn't been. That's the thing as well of like defining when everyone's like, oh, I want to make the most of life. Making the most of life doesn't mean playing rugby for England all your life. It just means that in the moment, how can you best shape that moment with the resources that you have to be something that you are enjoying. And I know that life isn't all about enjoyment. Well, I think it is all about enjoyment, but I know it can't always be fully and wholeheartedly enjoyed. But I think if we kind of shape our mindset to think, how can we make it just that bit closer, that every part of my now, I have got some enjoyment from it. The more we do that, I think as well, like, when you do that, you're so in alignment with yourself and your values that things then just kind of make sense. You're just allowing, like you can kind of just imagine floodgates open when you're in a flow state in your now. It feels as though everything around you is kind of open and rushing in and things are all going to plan. Anyway, that is a whole lot of waffly boffly, but I just think podcasts leave me feeling so inspired, and I'm so grateful for that. Because they really just, every time I listen to a podcast, I feel like I've read a book or something, because I feel like my mind is just so switched on, and like I said, everything makes sense. And I've been feeling a lot, I said this in my seminar the other day and everyone laughed at me, because I do understand, like, I did sound like it's something that would have been, it feels like someone, like a stoner would say it in a smoke circle at like 3 a.m. But I still stand by it. Like, at the moment, I've just been, with my course, for example, what I've just told you, the fact that Johnny Wilkinson has just affirmed my dissertation thesis, it really has made me realise that, in a very non-wanky way to say it, everything is everything. Do you know what I mean? And it sounds so like live, laugh, love of me, but everything is everything. There are no hard lines between anything in life. I was talking to myself in the car, as you do, and I just think, in a beautiful way, nothing is distinguishable as that set thing. A podcast with Johnny Wilkinson on has seeped into my dissertation because there are no lines or distinctions between anything. Everything is flowing within one another. And I think that is lovely. So lovely that nothing, whether it be a human themselves, is limited to the own kind of category that we think that they exist in. And like, how wonderful. That's what I mean, everything is everything, Hans. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Everything is everything. What more needs to be said, you know? Have I lost the plot? Yes, but like, this is just where my mind goes. Like, it's always teetering on the meaning of life, because why not, you know? Why not? I love thinking about the bigger things, because it just makes, in a wonderful way, you realise how little we are, but also how lucky we are that we are living and breathing on this planet. Like, the absolute miracle doesn't even contribute to our existence on this planet. It is an absolute miracle that me and you are here right now. Like experiencing all of this. And that's just a really nice thing to think about. So if I don't get my first, or if I, you know, whatever, you know, oh, don't get me wrong, I'll be sad. But I will hopefully be able to just come up for air and just be like, it's just part of the process. And I'm still here living and breathing, and I've still loved my degree for the past 3 years. So is something on a piece of paper going to change that feeling? The fact that I've enjoyed the past 3 years? No. And it shouldn't. So, I've just arrived into Urchfont. Urchfont! Where are the Huns at? So that's very fun. I'm excited to get in my little gaff and go for a wee, if I'm being honest, because I'm very, very bursting. I'm excited to see Fenella, and I will probably catch you later when things are getting fun. But thank you so much for listening to me ramble on. Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and you've made this last part of my journey absolute bliss. So I'm gonna love you and leave you guys now. I don't know if this will be the end of the vlog. If it is, love you so much. I'll see you again very soon. But otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day. And, you know, I'm always here if you need me, basically. I'm always here if you need me, and we can do this. Life is wonderful. We're a tiny but very lucky part of it. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna leave you now. Everything is everything. Bye.
It was exceedingly long, wasn't it? If you've enjoyed all of that, I'm beyond grateful. Maybe leave me a little like banana emoji or something in the comments, and I can give you like a air high five or something, because yeah, that was long. But if you listened and you enjoyed and you watched, and I'm beyond grateful to you, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you soon.